In this video, we'll talk about some of the StreamSets field processors and how we can use some of them in a pipeline. Let's have a look at the documentation for field processors. Go to the latest version of StreamSets. Look for field processors. Search in all IBM StreamSets documentation titles. Click on Processors. We can see here all the common field processors: field flattener, field order, renamer, field replacer, and so on. Let's try and use some of these in a pipeline. Let's create a new pipeline and we'll call it field processors. Start in the canvas. We'll start with a dev raw data source. Instead of having this default raw data, we can actually use some data that is available after this module. If you want to try this out for yourselves, you will have to click on the lesson entitled Field Processors, Data for Concept video that follows this video. Here's all the data, and we're going to stop after the first batch. We basically just want these 3 records. If we do a preview, we have one record that contains a list called results. We want to transpose the items in this list to individual records in their own right. We can do this by pivoting on the results field. The field pivoter stage allows us to do this. We want to map a list into individual records. So we pivot on /results. We go from this to this. Put /results into our field to pivot field. In the pivoted items path field, put a slash. So each field name will be the same as in the original results list item. The preview shows we started off with one record containing a list of maps. Then we eventually pivoted to 3 individual records in their own right. So each of the records within the results list structure have now become separate records. Let's add a field flattener. Flatten the entire record with a name separator of dot. Do a preview to see what effect that has. You can see that the field flattener has flattened and expanded the address hierarchy. So you have address with street, city, state, and zip. It's created a flattened record with address.street, address.city, and so on. The next field processor we will use is the field renamer. This time we're going to take out the address dot and just keep the original field name. Any regular expression brackets used, such as the ones shown, will map to $1, $2, etc. So in this case, anything after the address dot will be saved as the new field name. Do a preview. You can see it's taken out address dot for each of these 4 fields here and just left us with street, city, state, and zip. Close the preview. The next field processor we'll try is a field splitter. So for field splitter, we're going to take street and we're going to split it into house number and street name. The field to split is /street. And we're going to separate by any spaces. The new split fields will be called street number and street name. Preview that. We're getting an error here. because we've got an extra space in our separator field. Ensure there are no spaces in the separator field, and then click Preview. Field Splitter now works, and you can see that street was 2 Bryant Street, and that's been split into street number and street name. Close the preview. The next stage we want to add is a field masker. We want to mask the first 12 digits of the credit card number so that only the last 4 digits will be displayed. We can do this as follows. For the credit card number, if we type / and then choose credit card number, we're going to use a regular expression to pick out the particular parts of the credit card number. The regular expression we're going to use is now displayed in the field. Also displayed is an explanation of how the regular expression is dealing with 2 groups. We're using 2 groups to show. Let's preview, and you can see all of the digits except for the last 4 are masked out. Close the preview. Let's try another stage. This time we'll use Field Remover. We're going to remove the phone field. Type /phone. Preview. You can see we had phone coming into the field remover, but not going out of it. Close the preview. Next, we're going to try field order. The reason we want to try field order is because we're moving away from JSON to CSV format. CSV needs the fields to be ordered. Choose field order as our next stage. The fields we're interested in is the name field, the credit card number field, the city field, and the date of birth field. We're going to send records to error if there are any missing fields. And the discard fields will be credit card type, state, street number, street name, and zip. Preview that and see we've got those 4 fields remaining. Let's change our date of birth field to something that looks a little bit more readable. Close the preview. Field Type Converter allows us to convert our date of birth field into an actual date formatted field. We're going to convert /DOB field. We're going to convert it to type date. The current date format we're converting from is other. The format it's currently in is dd/mn/yy. Preview. This shows the date of birth string was 02/09/64. That's the format that the string is in currently. We've converted it to a more presentable and usable format of date. So 02/09/64 is September the 2nd, 1964. The next field processor we'll try is Field Mapper. This is just for experimentation, but essentially what we're going to do is change the value of each of the field values to field name equals field value. When we do a preview for the Field Mapper, you can see we've got, for example, a value of John Wick. Then the value is now name equals John Wick. The Field Mapper processor allows us to map input fields to new output field values, field names, or new field paths. The example below shows, for field values, the absolute value of an integer or of a double integer. In effect, minus signs are removed. For field names, the example removes hyphens or slashes from all field names and replaces them with underscores. Field paths. This allows you to alter field paths. So you could group fields by type. The input record must already contain map fields for the path. Click Arrange to see things a bit better. Add stage, and we'll put in a stream selector at this point. Add a new condition. Then make the first condition any name that contains the string John. This will go to our first condition. Otherwise, it will go to the second condition. Finish off with a local fs for this one and a local fs for the second condition. For the first condition, send that to here. Because this will be any records that contain John in the name field. We should be able to use delimited now for the data format because we've ordered our fields. Use no header line. Now do this for the second one. The data format for the second one is also going to be delimited. The output file will be the same, but with the word not in front. Let's change the name of these to be Not John Records, and the first to be John Records. Click Arrange to see what we've got so far. When I click on the local fs stage for the first condition and do a preview, we get 2 John Records. When I click on the other one, then I'll get this Brian Mills record. Clearly not a John record. You can see back in the very first stage in the configuration that we've got a John Wick and we've got a John McClane record and a Brian Mills record in there. There are only 3. So this pipeline has nicely separated them out. This pipeline has shown a good representative sample of the different field processors that can be used in StreamSets. Now it's your turn to try. See the next video of the lab you will attempt, and thanks for watching.